Watercolor pencils either look incredible or they completely ruin your paper. And the difference isn't the pencils, it's the decisions you make before you even touch the final page. Today I'm going to show you how to get clean, controlled results with watercolor pencils using 5 steps. Step 1 is planning the landscape. This stage should be quick, a minute or 2 for each design or less. You're just brainstorming how your foreground, middle ground, and background will be arranged. Foreground is the part closest to the viewer. It usually has the most detail and the strongest colors. Middle ground is in the center of the composition. It connects the foreground to the background and usually has medium detail. The background is the farthest away. It's often lighter, softer, and less detailed to create depth. You can use a pencil for this, or like me, a pen on a scrap piece of paper. The goal is just to sketch out some quick ideas, not make a finished drawing. Focus on spacing, balance, and clarity, not details. Strong planning here makes the rest of the painting much easier. Step 2 is choosing your colors and testing your watercolor pencils. Use the color wheel to guide your choices. You might choose complementary colors, warm colors, cool colors, or a monochromatic palette. Various watercolor pencils behave differently, so test them first. It helps you to see how strong the pigment is and how it reacts with water. Step 3 is creating thumbnails. Thumbnails are small, quick studies where you test composition and color together. Try not to spend more than 5 minutes total per thumbnail. These are quick experiments, not finished drawings. Once you choose a thumbnail you like, that'll become your guide for the final artwork. Step 4 is drawing the final landscape on watercolor paper. Traditionally, watercolor artists work from the background, then middle ground, and then foreground. This helps create depth and keeps colors clean. For this piece, I actually worked from the foreground towards the background because I was layering the watercolor pencils on dry paper. This gave me more control over shapes and color values. Start light and let each layer dry before adding more color. Then use a wet brush to activate the pigment and create a watercolor effect. Step 5 is adding details. Before adding more pencil, make sure that the paper is completely dry. To see if you need more details or contrast, a helpful hint is to hold the paper further away and look at it from a distance. If the landscape feels flat, lacks contrast, or doesn't have clear definition, that's a sign it needs more details. Go back in with the watercolor pencil to deepen value, add texture, and strengthen important areas. Use a wet brush to activate the color and bring the colors to life. Be careful when using heat to dry your paper. Heat can cause watercolor paper to curl. For example, I used an embossing tool to speed up drying and it caused the edges of my paper to curl more than usual. If possible, tape your paper down or let it air dry naturally. If your watercolor pencil paintings look muddy, it's usually not the pencils, it's the planning. If you use these 5 steps, your work should look cleaner and more controlled. Try it out and let me know how it goes. Comment what color scheme you think looks best: warm, cool, complementary, monochromatic, or analogous.